You know how your business runs, right down to the details, what your receipts look like, how long a quote is good for, and how your team uses the register. But this video is about dialing in those settings in Rundoo so the system works just like your shop does. We'll start by heading over into Admin from the main menu. First up, we're going to click down to the Communications tab about halfway down on the left-hand side. This is where you control what your customers see on paper. Say if you're a paint store and you want to make sure that you show color formulas on receipts, you're going to turn that on. You can also decide whether to show discount percentages on receipts or turn it off if that's not what you want to do. Or you might rather show crossed out original price so the customers see that value right there on the receipt. Down here, you can see the number of thermal receipts printed. Say if you want to change this to 1, you simply click in, type 1, and click Save. You can also set your default quote expiration. So this is when you provide a quote to someone, you're saying the default is that quote will last for 45 days. I want to note, on each quote you provide, you can manually adjust this to make it longer or shorter on each sale. So at the moment, it's set to 45. If I want to change that to 30, I simply click in, change to 30 and press save. And now that's active on all quotes going forward. And this box here, return policy, whatever you type in here, that is printed right on the bottom of your receipts. So in this case, you can see any custom products are not refundable. But whoops, we've added save at the end. Let's delete that. And now we save to make sure that that is up to date and accurate. We're going to skip the statement section as that's going to be covered in its own video. Next up, we can see the card payment surcharge section. Some stores add a small surcharge to card payments to help cover their processing costs. A quick but important note, you are responsible for following all the laws in your area about surcharges. At Rundoo, we give you the tools, but the decision on how to use it is yours. Here, you can set the percentage you want to apply. At the moment, it's 1.1, but maybe those processing fees have gone higher and we're going to set it to 1.2. Let's click Save. And now it's active. You can also decide whether to apply sales tax to card surcharge. Depending on what your jurisdiction requires, you can turn that off or turn it on. As soon as those changes have been made, they're active. So when you ring up a sale and card is selected as the payment type, you can see these card fees plus the tax are added on automatically. You can always uncheck this to waive it for a specific sale if you need to. But by default, it will be on. Going back to this communications page, the last thing up is loyalty points. Right now, Rundoo can track 1 point for every $1 a customer spends. The ability to redeem those points is something we're still building out, but you can turn on the tracking today if you'd like. You can either decide to turn off that tracking or turn it on, whichever works best for you. Let's head over to the Security tab. This is where you control how your team signs in and what they can do at the counter. An inactivity timeout lets you set how long a register can sit idle before it signs the user out automatically. I have it currently set for 5 minutes, but maybe that's too short for you and you want it to be 15 minutes. Make the change and click Save. The next one is important. If you toggle on automatically sign out after completing sale, Rundoo signs the cashier out after every transaction. Now, this is great for a shared terminal at a busy counter because it ties every sale to the right staff member. So if I complete a quick cash sale, it signs me out ready for the next person to log in and ring up another sale. But if one cashier runs the same register all day, you might just want to leave that off. A couple of other handy tools here. You can require an internal note on any sale without a customer attached. And you can require a reason anytime a transaction is voided. This would help to keep your records nice and clean. Finally, down here are the settings for returns. And these defaults are what most stores use. Skip linked returns in a new or draft transaction. This lets you process a return without tying it to the original sale. Handy for items sold before you started with Rundoo. And auto-apply returns to original invoices. Make sure that when a return is linked, the credit goes right back against the original sale, keeping those books accurate. Jump on into your practice store and try these settings out to see how they change the checkout routine. Nothing here touches your real inventory or books, so just take your time finding that setup that feels right. And reminder, none of it's set in stone. You can adjust it at any time. If a question comes up about what a setting means for your store, just reach out to your Rundoo guide. They're here to help.